Nasreddin Hodja had bought milk at the bazaar. He took it home and then said to his wife, "Please make me some cake with this milk, would you?" But instead of a sweet cake, she made a flatbread fried in ashes. The next day, the Hodja went to buy milk again. "Dear wife, please add lots of honey in it. I would like the milk to taste sweet." But the woman gave the Hodja an ash-baked flatbread again. On the third day, he brought the milk home again, kindly asking his wife, "Could you please warm the milk up for me this time?" But when she gave him another ash-baked flatbread, he got very impatient. "Now, wife, I've bought milk 3 times and you never put it on the table. What happened?" "Oh my, it's our cat. He's a thief. He steals the milk," said the woman. Nasreddin didn't say a word. He took the only pair of slippers that his wife had and locked them in a box. "What are you doing, Nasreddin? I can't walk barefoot. Everyone will mock me. Who are you trying to hide those slippers from?" "What do you mean?" "From our thieving cat, of course. If he is capable of stealing a few pennies worth of milk from us, then I am quite certain that he will try to steal your precious slippers as well. You'd better walk barefoot from now on." A villager brought a rabbit as a gift to Nasreddin Hodja. The Hodja welcomed him into his home and roasted a delicious steak from the rabbit meat. He made enough steak to feed the both of them. The next day, the villager's relatives knocked on the door. "We are the relatives of the man who brought you the rabbit." There was no steak left, but the Hodja had made soup from the leftover meat. Again, they were all well fed. But on the third day, guests came knocking again. And this time, the relatives of the relatives came by to enjoy the generous hospitality as well. So the host offered them a place to sit. And then, a large pot of boiling water was served to the lot of them. "What is in this pot?" was what the uninvited guests wondered. "Well, what else? Could it be, dear relatives of my dear friend's relatives? It is the water of the soup that we made after we roasted the rabbit yesterday. And unfortunately, there is nothing left of the rabbit now." Nasreddin Hodja would rarely be handy around the house. While his wife was busy in the kitchen, he preferred to just sit around and watch her work. Even so, he would always be getting in the way there. So his wife asked him to go outside and sit in the garden. But after a little while, the Hodja would get in her way in the garden too. "Would you not rather go out and sit on the porch, huh?" the woman asked him. He went and sat. It was no use. He was soon in her way there too. "You ought to go further away, Nasreddin," she shouted at her husband. The Hodja got up, took his chair, and he went further. So far, for a week, a month, he traveled, night and day, day by night. Then one day he ran into one of his old countrymen who was busy returning to his home after taking a round-the-world trip. "It's so nice to meet you, sir." The Hodja was so happy. When you get home, you must please go and see my wife. And ask my wife when you get to my home if I have gone far enough now.